Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Apologies, Liz. Are you all set? Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Please be advised in the event of a fire emergency, an alarm will sound. Please note all emergency exits and evacuate well away from the building. At this time, we request everyone please turn your cell phones to silent. Dr. Chanel, are there any additions, deletions, or changes to our agenda for our emergency meeting?
No, ma'am.
All right, there's no old business. All we have on our agenda today is new business. I'm going to give a chance for Dr. Chanel to speak to new business before I read our resolution. Dr. Chanel?
So as I shared with the board yesterday when we called this emergency meeting, we did find while we were doing some repairs on the roof that our vapor barrier is not going to make it. Last week, Wednesday, in our OCM meeting, we were hopeful that the vapor barrier was going to be able to remain intact. And then as time has progressed, we've learned a little bit more about certain areas of the roof. The vapor barrier is just not holding. So I'm going to actually ask Mike Ferrari, he's our project manager from campus, and Shannon Davis is also here from Hunt Engineers to just speak a little bit about the plan, what it's going to look like moving forward, and sort of how we got ourselves here today. Go ahead, Mike.
Sure. Thanks everybody for coming to hear about this. So as Dr. Chanel just stated, during demolition, which is underway on the roof right now, the vapor barrier was actually accidentally compromised, which could have been repaired, but that kind of a silver lining to this allowed us to find this issue. What the issue is, it's in the letter of recommendation. There are two main points that are requiring this to be replaced. One, the vapor barrier is meant to be fully adhered to the roof deck. We found, and you can see in the photo that I gave everybody, once we did a little bit of investigating and peeled it back in a few spots, we found that it is not attached. You can see we can pull it up off the roof deck, and that roof deck is clean. You can see it's kind of a light gray concrete color. That should have black tarry glue all over it if it was adhered down. So the new warranty for the new roof system requires that the vapor barrier be fully adhered to the deck. If it is not, it could end up in some premature roof failures. This thing could move independently and pull the roofing system around from underneath. So this is roughly 90-year-old vapor barrier. It has served you guys very well, but it's time to go. We're putting a new roof on right now, and to us it makes sense. We've done our due diligence and checked the numbers and the scope of work, the materials they're going to use. Everything checks out. It just makes sense to add this to the roof so we know everything is brand new going forward.
Anything to add, Shannon?
Just if there's any questions from them.
Any questions from the board? I don't mind doing that now.
I do. We do a building condition survey every how many years?
5 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And the roof has been an issue for a while. Obviously, it's constantly in need of maintenance. This wouldn't have been discovered during that survey?
No, and it's a good question. During the design phase for this project, we did do several rounds of testing. We did what's called nuclear testing to let us know where all of the saturated parts of the insulation were. We also did core testing, and neither of those testing procedures revealed this condition to us. There was just no way to know until we got in there. Obviously, we've been hearing, this roof has been an ongoing issue with leaks for years, and all of your buildings are on a replacement plan, and this was just the year that this was planned to be replaced, and that's why we're finding this issue now.
It's been, if I can tag on to that, it's been in pretty good shape. Other roofs have been put on it. I think the last one was done in 1999. The old vapor barrier has been reused. It's actually a very good product. It's lasted almost 100 years, like I said, so it's lasted you guys for a while. The only way we could have possibly found this is when we were tearing off. Part of the reason too that we did end up making a hole in it and found this issue was the last roof was glued down to it. So it was actually a pretty tricky process to scrape that off of this vapor barrier. So that allowed us to find this issue, hopefully take care of it.
Moving forward, are we gonna have similar roof, are we doing a roof at the other building as well?
Maybe you know more about that, but I think that is a different roof system over there altogether.
It is. The section that we're looking at replacing at the middle school, high school building is a rubber membrane system, and it's a completely different system. It's a different deck type, and you wouldn't get this condition with that deck type in that system. You would still have a vapor barrier, but it's just a different type of assembly. If I can also add other sections of roof that we've already placed as part of the district's maintenance plan, this has not been an issue. You know, we were able to salvage existing insulation previously. We were able to salvage the vapor barrier previously on other sections. So this was completely unanticipated for us.
Is this a full replacement? Can you do parts
It
or
is now.
pieces?
It is now. We initially hoped to be able to salvage some of the dry insulation, but then as we got further along, there was just so much wet, we said, you know, let's just take it all. But we were going to, like, you know, to Mike's point, not replace the vapor barrier unless, you know, we had to, and we had every reason to think that we could keep it. But yeah, now we're going down to the deck for that whole section and doing all new from the deck up.
This includes 2 roof areas that we're working on right now on the elementary building. The upper roof that's over the library section, and the lower roof just below it that actually provides access up to that upper part. It is, I forget which direction I'm facing.
You're right here.
It's right next to where we're working. So both areas are included in this price to do full vapor barrier replacement.
I did ask the question too, like when you're thinking about the design part of this, why did we not from the get-go just decide, given how old this vapor barrier was, to go ahead and go to the deck? You know, as a homeowner, that probably would be my first thought, is go all the way to the deck. And they did share with me, similar to what you just heard, which is the vapor barriers tend not to be something that has to be replaced. They hold up pretty well. And $117,000 that if we didn't need it, if we put it in the original bid, we would have been spending it, whether we needed it or not. This way we were spending it. If we didn't need to spend the $117 on this, we would have it to chase after other work. So I did ask that question as well, just around why not just go to the deck at this point.
Will the funds used to pay for this, is something else going to be checked out of the project? Like how, you know what I mean, like where is this $117,000, like a tenth of the roof cost?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Mike, do you want to just
Fit in.
speak to the way
Yes.
it's been budgeted? Yeah,
So
it's a great question.
if you flip to the last page of the packet that you have is our budget summary. This is how we keep the district updated on financial goings on each month. So if you look, I'll just quickly walk down this with you. We have all of our original costs broken out on top of that gray line. And then below the gray line, you'll see the contracts listed again. The first column is the total change orders executed to date, and the next column is their new contract value. This money comes out of the total construction contingency from above, which is $777,734. That budget was established before construction during the design of the job for situations just like this. It's a fund that we can pay for unforeseen conditions or problems that come up during the project and keep the schedule moving.
Thank you.
Oh, I see.
What other questions does the board have? Anything else?
Mike, in terms of the schedule, what will this do for you?
So this just is only going to delay us by about 4 or 5 days tops. They're telling me 4 days, so I usually plan for 5. But it's not a big lift for them. They are right in the middle of tear off right now. So if they do get the go-ahead, they will start Monday morning tearing off the vapor barrier along with the rest of the roof versus trying to scrape the insulation off like they've been doing. It will actually probably speed demolition up a little bit.
And they did share, as far as putting the new barrier back on, they're only going to take off as much as they can put back on in a day.
Yes, that was one thing we made sure to ask them. What's your plan to keep this dry while you're working?
We have sudden
bursts.
downbursts.
The question I had, is that your job to kind of babysit the contractor to make sure that they are doing that responsibly, or is that on them?
So it is on them. Their contract spells out everything that is required of them to work in an occupied school facility, keep things safe and secure, and not disrupt your operations here, especially when school's in session. That is something we do check on. My team checks on these guys daily. We talk to them all the time. This is something we do look at, and we will be watching for as they are doing replacements, that they are doing it in a responsible manner, keeping the roof sealed up as they go. Yep. So yeah, our job is full management of all the contractors on site.
Thank you for being available for us.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Last minute.
Absolutely, and thanks for coming in.
All right, I'm going to move to the resolution. Number 1, on new business, approval of change order for the 2025-2026 capital project. Whereas the Board of Education of the Caledonia-Mulford Central School District is undertaking a capital improvement project known as the 2025-2026 capital project. And whereas the board has an existing contract with Elmer Davis dated February 12, 2025 for roof replacement. And whereas certain changes to the contract are now required due to the failure of the vapor barrier in several locations of the roof on the elementary school. And whereas the district's architect and construction manager, Hunt Engineers and Campus Construction, have received and recommended for approval the proposed change, which is detailed in change order number CO102-001. And whereas this change order will result in a net increase to the contract sum in the amount of $117,000,
Sorry, you're used to lots of apostrophes, this has a decimal.
yeah. This is $117,718.88. I'm not sure if I said that right, but it's on there.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. Now therefore be it resolved that upon recommendation of the superintendent of the schools, the Board of Education hereby approves change order number C0102-001 to the contract with Elmer Davis for the 2025-2026 capital project, resulting in a net increase to contract in the amount of $117,708.88, which adjusts the total contract sum to $1,397,220. Be it further resolved that the board president is hereby authorized to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate this change order. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make it.
A second?
I second it.
Any discussion?
Seems a reasonable thing to do.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is carried. We are now moving to adjournment of our emergency meeting at 6:13 p.m. May I have a motion, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you guys so much.